I am reading Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I only just finished the first chapter. I am at page 27, about to start chapter 2. Although I'm just like one chapter in, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Nothing much has happened. Like, we just got introduced to some characters. With reading this first chapter, I don't know. I'm being a little critical of her writing style, how she writes. I feel like sometimes the how she lays out an action or a scene, certain things that happen in a scene, it's kind of a little. I'm finding myself kind of editing it, like, we could have wrote it this way instead, so we can convey the action without making it seem like we are going forward and then we have to backtrack to kind of explain something. Like, I don't know. For instance, just an example, that was just my edit, but it's not that serious. But this is on page 14. This is Alina. We're in Alina's head in an interaction with Mal. I turned to give him a punch, but before I could, he'd grabbed hold of me and lifted me off my feet. A clatter of hooves and shouts split the air. Mal yanked me to the side of the road just as a huge black coach roared past, scattering people before it as they ran to avoid the pounding hooves of four black horses. What I felt about that paragraph, like how I felt I could have edited it, instead of just like it could have been, I turned to give him a punch, but before I could, he'd grabbed hold of me and lifted me off my feet, yanking me to the side of the road. Then it could have gone to a clatter of hooves and shouts split the air as a huge black coach roared past, scattering people before it as they ran to avoid the pounding hooves of four black coaches. Like, I don't know, it's just me. I just felt like that sudden moment of like Mal yanking Alina up and putting her to the side of the road, like that could have been one like whole moment sentence situation, and then we get that like understanding of why this happened. Like it kind of just happens in the moment and just all kind of goes together. It's just like I feel like Alina's talking to him one moment, he grabs her up. Then we're finding about this clattering that's happening as to why she's getting pulled to the side. And then we're getting caught back up into like, oh, he put her to the side. Like that could have been like done with like the first sentence. Like that just felt like it flowed better. But that's just me being critical because I felt like it would have been better that way. I still kind of understood what happened, but I was just still like, we could have written that better. So far, I'm just like feeling a little bit critical of how she writes because I feel like sometimes sentences are a bit too long and just kind of like, not that they're run on sentences, but it's just like, and it doesn't need to be broken up so much, but I don't know, maybe it could be things could be written differently. I don't know. Maybe it's because I just came off as a kite runner and I felt like it's like he uses words efficiently, but still beautifully. And I feel like in some of these sentences, they're trying to be beautiful, but also not efficient enough. They're still trying to be efficient, but just not efficient enough. And they're trying to be beautiful and efficient, but they're just not beautiful enough and efficient enough at the same. They're just not being beautiful and efficient at the same time. They're trying to do the two things, but they're just not sharpening that up enough to make it like pop, and to just kind of flow effortlessly. Like it just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too critical at like, because the Kite Runner, oh my gosh, the writing and the Kite Runner is so good. But seriously, I'm excited about seeing where the story goes, and I've heard the mixed reviews about it. Although I'm being critical of the writing, and I'm just excited to see the adventure of the story because I feel like with everybody's hype up about Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdoms, I'm just like, I'm having good thoughts and good feelings, good vibes about reading the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Like I feel like it's gonna be good because everybody says that like Ruin and Rising, like they love that book out of the trilogy, and I think I'm probably just reading this to kind of get to that. But at this point, I'm loving. I feel like I'll enjoy Shadow and Bone because I'm. To be honest, I'm not always that hard to please. It may seem like I'm hard to please because I'm being so critical of the writing, but no, I'm usually not that hard to please. Like, I read the entire Gossip Girl series, like the book, not even just the show, the entire book series, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed most of it. I don't know, it was a while ago, but I enjoyed all of it. I read all of it. I mean, I still have all of it. So, I'm not that hard to please. I'm really not that hard to please. So I feel like Shadow and Bone will not be a huge letdown for me. It's not gonna be like I tend to try to find good and stuff. So I'm just getting to know the characters. I'm still getting to know the world, and this plot it's about to be chapter 2. So I'm guessing this plot is about to kick into gear, and like drama is going to ensue, and I'm looking forward to it. I will be back when I get further into this book. I doubt I will finish this book before I come back to talk about it.